Please remain standing as I invite Sasha Pace to lead us in singing America the Beautiful. Please be seated. Thank you so much, Sasha. As always, we're going to miss that beautiful voice. I would like to welcome this evening members of the Board of Trustees. Our chairman is here, Mr. Craig Novak, up on the dais. Parents, guardians, esteemed guests, members of the faculty, the administration, students, and most of all, obviously, our special guests, the 2023 graduating class of the Knox School. I need to recognize a few people as we get started. First, I would like to introduce our valedictorian, Declan Morrell-Smith. Please stand, Declan. Our salutatorian, Damian Stanishik. Damian, please stand. Declan will be attending his dream school and top choice, Georgetown University, as a pre-med student. So exciting. He's also the senior class president. And Damian will study sport management at Seton Hall University. Thank you, gentlemen. I would now like to recognize Zainab Waheed, our student council president. Please stand. And I want to thank you in particular, Z, for being the glue that has held this community together this past year. And Z will be attending the George Washington University. We're very excited for her. Your Knox family is very proud of all of you, the entire senior class and its leaders, and we look forward to seeing everything that you will accomplish in the future. I would also like to acknowledge my administrative team. I think it's important because, you know, you see us running around in the day-to-day, but sometimes we don't know that we're a big group that keeps this place running together. So first, Dean of Academics, Mrs. Donna Pergola. Director of Athletics and Dean of Students, Mr. Mike Ryan, sitting there. Our Director of Marketing and Communications, Dr. Karen Snera Bush, she's there. Our Controller, Mrs. Denise Gehring. Denise is over there. Director of Student Care and Compliance and Facilities, Barbara Maserlian. There she is. Did a great job today, Barbara. It looks beautiful. Thank you so much. Our Director of Technology, Al Giuliano, and our Assistant Tech Director, Mr. Angelo Moro. They're under the tent, providing us with this great musical accompaniment. Our Director of Enrollment Management, Mrs. Cindy Simkus, who's over there. Greeting, thank you so much. And our Senior Associate Director of Admissions, Mr. Joshua Pelkey, who's sitting right down here. Every person on the team that I just introduced to you has been at Knox for except for 2 of them, have been at Knox for 5 years or more, most of us more than 10 years. And these people know and love Knox and work tirelessly every day alongside me as my partners to make it a better place every year for the students and staff who come next. So I just thank all of you for everything you've done to support me this year and for helping me to grow into a better leader every day. And our chairman of the board, I want to give a special thanks, very heartfelt, he just said, oh, please don't. Heartfelt thanks to Mr. Craig Novak. He's been a source of invaluable support to me. You guys see him a lot with me all the time in my office. He's a trusted partner, he's an unselfish volunteer, and he's been there for me at every hardship, but he's also been there to remind me to celebrate every success. And we make a great team, and I could not imagine being on this journey without him, so thank you. And of course, to the entire Board of Trustees, thank you for volunteering your time. It's, you know, it's sort of thankless, and it does take a lot of time, and it's real volunteer work. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your willingness to always share advice and words of support. Couldn't go on without recognizing every other staff member who works to keep our school functioning daily, and these are people that the kids all know and love, from our groomsmen at the barn, to our kitchen staff, to our maintenance crew. Without you guys, we would not be able to operate as a school. You're amazing, we appreciate you so much. And I just can't thank them enough for what they do. It's a huge campus, small staff of people, and they keep it running and beautiful every day. And a really special shout out to the Nissaquag Village Fire Department. They're over there volunteering their time today to help out and keep us safe. We appreciate you guys, thank you. My biggest debt of gratitude today, though, goes to the people who are in the trenches, who are with the kids every single day, our teachers, our dormitory staff, our nursing staff. These are the groups of people who probably have the greatest influence on our student body and impact on the students in general. They work hard every day to keep them well educated, to keep them happy and healthy. And we appreciate all of you more than you know, and I am quite sure our students do as well. So students, please give a big round of applause to those most important people. So my remarks are actually going to be pretty brief. I'm really happy to be here to recognize the years of hard work and determination that you guys have all put in your time here at Knox to get yourselves to where you are today. As everybody's going to hear in just a few minutes, these fine young people seated before you up there are headed to some of the best and most competitive colleges and universities in the nation and even in the world. We actually have, I think, at least 2 students who will be abroad for their college years. And today, all of us, the Knox Board of Trustees, the administration, faculty, and staff, share in your pride and happiness, families, on this momentous occasion in all of your lives. So every year when it's time to write the speech, the same thing tends to happen to me, and a lot of people know this about me in my speaking. I get an amazing brainstorm in the middle of the night. Wake up in the morning, scratch my head, forgot it. So then I say, oh, I got all these words of wisdom to share, and it's gonna be great. And then I say to myself, no one wants to hear more preaching or take yet one more piece of advice from another Knox adult on their high school graduation day. Am I right? Don't be shy, I'm right? So I then thought to myself, since this day is about you, our graduates, why don't I just share what I have learned over the years about this amazing group of young people seated before us, some of whom I've known since grade 7, as you all know. So I have learned that the graduates of the class of 2023 have a great appreciation for diversity and community. Our gym night tradition is a great example of what happens when people from more than 20 different countries come together outside of the classroom, and they work as 2 giant sort of masses of color, a mass of red and a mass of white, to see who will be victorious by the end of an evening that's filled with antics and fun. Seniors, as you move on from Knox, find your next community. Value it, contribute to it, and when your time at your next destination is finished, leave that community better than it was when you arrived, just as you have done here at Knox. I've learned that these Knox seniors value tradition, something that can be lost as quickly as it's handed down. When our December tradition of seniors sing had to be canceled for reasons beyond our control, and any other group of students would have just accepted that. It would have been the status quo. Oh, well, it's canceled. Not the Knox seniors. Nope, not the Knox seniors. Their biggest concern leaving for winter break was rescheduling senior sing when we returned. And we were like, oh, we can't reschedule. It's January. It's supposed to be December, but we did it. We rescheduled it, and it was just as amazing as we expected. These seniors were determined they were not going to leave and graduate unless they participated in senior sing. Seniors continue to treasure and honor tradition. It is the compass for all of our human relationships and personal interactions, and it gives us purpose and permanence in a world where so much is unknown and unpredictable. I've also learned that this graduating class cares deeply about others. Both on their own initiative and through our service learning program, they've completed hundreds of hours of service to humanity on the local, regional, and even global levels, as the service cords that many of them are proudly wearing indicate. They care deeply about each other as peers in a school community, and they demonstrate this in so many ways, whether it's being a big brother or a big sister to one of our adorable middle schoolers, hosting an athletic event for mental health awareness, or simply doing what's necessary on a regular basis to maintain the accepting and tolerant community that Knox is. I've learned a deeper level of love from the class of 2023. And seniors, I hope that all the love you have given to our Knox community comes back to you tenfold. And finally, I've learned that it is key to the members of this senior class to find and embrace their own identities. Whether it's through the expression of self that our students share through their amazing photography, drawing, painting, 3D mixed media, ceramics, whether it's via musical theater, performances that happen on the stage of Bancroft Finney Hall, or even an impromptu performance from All That Jazz on the senior prom dance floor. Whether it's in the Knox School riding ring, or on the international riding circuit in Wellington, Florida. Whether it's on the soccer field, the basketball court, the STEM lab, the rock band club. Our seniors have learned over the years to embrace who they are and love themselves for the people that they have the potential to become. So the world outside the gates, as we all know, the gates of Knox, is complicated, it's messy, it's untidy, but it's beautiful. Seniors, you've experienced diversity at Knox. You have felt the power of community and the value of traditions. You've learned to care fiercely and take the risks necessary to find yourself and determine your why in a world that is filled with why nots. So, to the class of 2023, hold on to these things as you graduate, share them with others who cross your future paths, and go confidently toward the direction of your dreams, wherever they may lead. Semper ad lucem. I would now like to invite Declan Morrell-Smith, class valedictorian with an overall GPA of 99.17, to come up and address the school.
Good evening, everyone, parents, students, faculty, and thank you all for coming to this monumental moment in not only my life, but the lives of all the seniors before you. I would like to start this speech off with my senior quote by my favorite author, Stephen King. If fear cannot be articulated, it cannot be conquered. While this quote was used in a situation much different than a high school graduation, and more likely about the terrifying sci-fi creations that live in the mind of Stephen King, the quote is more than a political. During nearly our entire high school career, we were faced with one of the greatest unknowns in modern history, COVID-19. At the end of our freshman year, spring of 2020, I think I can speak for the entirety of the senior class when I say it was an exhilarating feeling to get 2 weeks off of school. However, when I had to leave my spring break trip early to ensure I didn't get shut out of the country, and many of our boarding student friends frantically flew home, I realized there was far more to this than extended break. Through the quarantines, mandates, border closures, and all the other unexpected aspects of the pandemic, the biggest fear could not be articulated: the unknown. After months had gone by, the world realized something, and so did I. The only way that we would be able to get through COVID is by facing it head-on, understanding the challenges we faced, and moving forward through adversity. With this realization, I knew my role. As a student, I had to put my best foot forward to adapt to online learning, maintaining my grades and ensuring I didn't miss notes that would be vital to my learning. The only way was forward, and this meant all aspects of life. More importantly, I was able to conquer my own fears and take control of my life. One of the more important things I learned was the beauty and importance of family. Through all the uncertainty, I was able to find a glimmer of hope and reassurance in my family. Mom, Mommy, thank you. As I stand here, valedictorian, hoping I've been able to make you proud, I want to say thank you for everything. For the opportunities you've given me, for being my rocks, for pushing me beyond my limits, and for teaching me to be myself. Without all you've done for me, I wouldn't be able to stand up here today and feel a sense of accomplishment and pride. So thank you. Today, we have finally understood our fear of the unknown, at least in the present. We are reaching the final chapter of the pandemic that blindsided us, and through both our educations and lives off course. We have made the transition from paper and pen to computer and back again. And here we stand on the brink of a world of exponential technological advancements, a world of action, and a world of change. As of tomorrow, we enter this world. It is our time to be the heroes in the world, making the changes we want to see. Today is a monumental day for me and the seniors to see before us. After all we have been through, the ups and downs, highs and lows, we have reached the climax of our high school story. The path ahead is scary, and there's no doubt that the trail is foggy. However, the fog does not mean darkness. Be the wind that pushes the fog away. Articulate the fear in front of you and conquer it, just as we have our whole lives. Congratulations to our seniors, their families, and I thank you all for coming. Remember to keep pushing forward, even through the fog. Thank you.
Thank you, Declan. We will now hear a poem appropriate for this occasion, presented by Knox literary representative, Aaron Bogart.
The photograph is in my hand. It is a photograph of a graduating class. They are at a shoreside campus in 2023. In 12 seconds' time, I drop the photograph to the floor at my feet. It is already lying there, 12 seconds into the future. 10 seconds now. The photograph is in my hand. I found it in the box of a derelict attic 27 hours ago. It is still there, 27 hours into the future. In the box of the derelict attic. I'm still there, looking at it. The photograph is in my hand. The graduating class flips their tassels. The crowd cheers. 7 seconds now. It is years into the future. I am standing in my attic. It is 2023. I am on the shoreside campus with my graduating class. 4 seconds. 3. I am tired of looking at the photograph now. I open my fingers. It falls to the ground at my feet. I am looking at the stars. They are so far away and their light takes so long to reach us. All we ever see of stars are their old photographs. To end on a laugh, as I usually like to do, I would like to paraphrase Adam Sandler. I would like to say thank you to my graduating class, who will now and forever be known as the people who graduated with Aaron Bogart. Thank you.
Karen. We will now hear a choir selection by our choir from under the direction of Mr. Josh Pelkey. While we transition to the next part of our ceremony, I really would like to thank Mr. Pelkey. Our choir teacher, Ms. Coyle, left in the middle of the year to take another opportunity, and of course, so many things we do here involve singing and song, and Mr. Pelkey actually has 2 degrees in music and stepped in to work with the choir. I think, how many rehearsals did you have? Like, just a few? 6? 6 rehearsals. That was amazing and beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All of you, thank you. At this time, our senior class president will come forward, Declan Morrell-Smith, and present his farewell to the school.
Over my small time of experience in the world, one of the things I've learned is most important is a person's environment. Today, the senior class says goodbye to the environment that brought them to this point. At some point during all of our middle school or high school experiences, we made the decision to change our environments, come to Knox, and take a leap towards a better future. For taking that risk and following through, I'm proud of all of us, and I can almost guarantee that everyone here today is too. I would like to take some time to speak on the people that Knox has brought me closer to, the lives that have impacted and changed me for the better, and just generally about this fantastic class. Now, when a person thinks of school, they think of algebra, biology, or English class, or writing grueling essays for their favorite history teacher. Yes, that's about AP government's idea. But the thing no one thinks about is how school teaches you to be yourself. School surrounds you with both people similar to you and completely different from you. And through experiences like gym night, dances, and even lunch, it teaches you to reach out, take a chance on people, find friends and bonds, and never stop searching. For this reason, on top of education, Knox has changed all of us for the better. Speaking of friends, I'd like to thank mine. Aaron, after 6 years of us bickering back and forth about useless knowledge that we'll never use for our careers or our lives, it finally comes to an end. Sorry. I can happily say that you've been my best friend, and I'll take the loudness of your Broadway-like performances over the silence any day. To my middle school squad, you guys know who you are. We finally did it. Through thick and thin, after our whole high school and middle school careers together, we finally reached our graduation. Thank you all for being a part of my lives and each other's lives, as we all brought each other to be better people. To Z, Henry, and everyone else in the senior class, thank you all. From teaching me parts of your native languages, to randomly playing basketball together after school, talking about school, sports, and anything we could think of in the library, and being amazing friends that supported each other along the way. You all had an impact on my life and the graduates around you, so thank you. Now to the teachers and faculty. Thank you for teaching us how to not only be human beings, but incredibly intelligent human beings. Ms. Pergola, from helping me with my schedule as a tiny child, to having to teach through our incredibly disruptive AP Lit class, thank you for everything. Ms. Maz, you are the best math teacher I have ever had or met in my life, and I can confidently say that will never change. Please keep teaching kids to be better mathematicians, thinkers, and better people the way you did to me. Ms. Mandia, at the beginning of the year, I never imagined I'd say this, but God, I will miss that AP government class. The way you can make a subject I thought would never interest me be one of the most intriguing classes I've ever taken is a miracle, and I pray you continue to make students feel special the way you did in our class. Without all the teachers, friends, classmates, and faculty around us, the senior class would be a shell of who we are. So thank you everyone for bringing each other and every person around you to new heights. To the classes below us, thank you for being some of the closest friends and companions we needed. Now, as we move on into the world, I wish you all feel the same love and reach to the stars as you take our place. Seniors, it's time to celebrate. Tomorrow and over the next few months and years, we enter the world as freshmen again. There will be hardships, but nothing lasts forever, so embrace every moment. But for now, celebrate. It's a great accomplishment to be here. As the NBA star John Morant said, it's a parade inside my city, yeah! Thank you everyone, Semper Ad Lucem, and congrats seniors!
Thank you, Declan. Student Council President, Madam President. Z, will you please come forward to present the Semper Ad Lucem speech? Good. All right. Please bear with me. I've been on the verge of tears like all day, so. All right. Good afternoon, Knox community. To those of you who do not know me, I'm Zainab Waheed, this year's Student Council President, known formally as Madam President and lovingly as Zanabi Wasabi. Firstly, I would like to congratulate the class of 2023. We have worked so hard to get to where we are today, so you all should be immensely proud of yourselves. I can't believe it's already time to say goodbye. I'm still in disbelief that 4 years have passed since my coming to Knox. Seems like just yesterday I was sitting in the gym parking lot, refusing to go inside for my very first student orientation. My time at Knox has been a roller coaster of emotions.
I felt joy, happiness, heartbreak, fun, and most importantly, love. Every morning when I walked onto campus, I knew I was cared for and loved. Even though no one still backs me up in my cha-cha-chas during all school meetings, I have always felt comfortable and safe in my community here. Little freshman Z would never have expected how quickly Knox would become her second home. The people I've gotten to know and have cared for have all changed my life in every way imaginable. I would not be who I am today without their impact. My dear Maddie, we clicked as soon as we met, and you've been my lifeline. The way you wear your heart on your sleeve inspires me, and I'm so lucky to know a soul as kind as you. I love you so much. Thank you for being such an important presence in my life. My little Scooby gang. I wouldn't even know where to start. Jeez. Henry, we went from hating one another to slightly hating each other just a little less. I'm kidding, but thank you for being the brother that I never had. You've always kept me grounded, and for that I am forever grateful. Aaron, I have never met anyone like you. Your passion and charisma impress me every day, inspire me to be the truest version of myself. Declan, your dedication to all you do is as inspiring as it is terrifying. I hope one day you learn what the word rest means and will allow yourself to relax, because you truly do deserve it, even if you don't believe me right now. Becoming friends with the three of you was one of the most unexpected things to happen to me, but I am eternally grateful for all of you. I don't know what I would have done without all of you in my life. And I'm really going to miss seeing you guys every day. Although it breaks my heart to say goodbye, I know you will all accomplish amazing things, and I can't wait to see them happen. Mrs. Mandia, Mrs. Roach, Mrs. Pergola, and Miss Maz. Talk about a dream team. I'd like to thank you all for what you have taught me and how you've shaped me as an individual. It is your support and guidance that have gotten me to where I am today. Also, I would be terribly remiss if I did not thank Miss Kilgannon. I went to your office almost 10 times every week since the day you started here in pure panic, thinking I would never get into college. I don't know why. I'm very grateful that you never pushed me away and accepted me for all my craziness and helped me get to where I am now. I'm about to start a new chapter of my life at my top school studying what I love. Me. Oh. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I always wondered if you would be here at my high school graduation, and I am beyond grateful and thankful that you are here today. You've always pushed me to do my best in school. You have sacrificed so much for me, and it has not gone unnoticed. Despite everything, you've always been there for me when I needed someone to talk to. Aisha Khala, she told me not to say this. Thank you for bearing with me, even during my horrible car karaoke sessions. I am blessed to have someone as kind and resilient as you in my life. Nani और अबू, आप दोनों से मैं बहुत बहुत प्यार करती हूँ और जितना आपने किया है, thank you. I've had the privilege of being able to go to Knox for 4 years, and all the memories I have made are ones I will cherish forever. We have all laughed together, cried together, and learned together. We have grown up together, and we've become a family. I remember being late to my own senior night with Georgia as we struggled to run through the rain in our Crocs. I remember Katrina and I using our homework as mops during biology for freshman year. It was totally allowed, I really promise. I'll remember Joy, my really annoying junior sibling, and her W duos, always driving me crazy. I remember doing the musical with Gertrude, Lisa, and Sasha, and going crazy as we hid under the set to get AC. I'll remember Gio ordering Domino's for the bus as we've been waiting to go home for about 2 hours. I remember my 6 a.m. practices with my amazing volleyball team. I remember my karaoke sessions in Tug, to which all the customers were unwilling spectators for. I'm not sorry for it. These memories and so many more will stay with me forever. Never was there a dull moment at school, and for that I am beyond thankful. As I prepare to leave Knox and embark on the next chapter of my life, I feel a sense of responsibility to make a positive impact on the world. I hope that by sharing the advice that has helped me along the way, my fellow graduates will also be inspired to create change and leave this world a better place than we found it. I live by the motto that if it is meant to be, it will be. I promise that you will not lose what is meant for you, so don't be afraid of doing or being too much. Just stay true to yourself. Discover what drives you, what motivates you every day, and find the courage within yourself to chase that. Love fiercely and openly. Love all that you do. So when you look back at your life, you know you've lived a good and fulfilling one. Connect with the world and the people around you and form meaningful attachments, because I promise time will go by very fast. Life is too short to not be brave and do what you love. I hope you will all one day show the world what you can do with all that potential and passion inside all of you. To my underclassmen, Work towards the bright future you want, and focus on being the best versions of yourself. Be motivated, be ambitious, but be sure to take some time to take it all in. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in, even if it's not popular. Be kind to others, even when they are not kind to you. And never, ever give up on your dreams. To my fellow graduates, today we mark the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. We are embarking on a new journey, and I know we will all achieve great things. As you go out into the world, I encourage you to be true to yourself. Like Miss Taylor Swift once said, the scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now. We are graduating into a world that is full of challenges, but we're also graduating into a world that is full of opportunity. We have the power to change the world, and I know that we will all do great things. Spandia, this is for you. There's a quote from Maya Angelou that I feel is fitting for this occasion. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I hope that we can all leave this place knowing that we have made a positive impact on the lives of others. I wish you all the best of luck and continue to be the amazing individuals I know you all to be. In all honesty, I really do not know how to say goodbye. I am beyond fortunate to have had the opportunity to grow up with all of you and to call this school my small home beside the shore. All of you have left an impact on me, and I will miss you all so much. You've made my high school years so special. You've taught me so much about myself and about the world. Thank you all for letting me into your family here and showering me with the constant love and support for the past 4 years of my life. I have loved being Zanabi Wasabi, Madam President, but most importantly, your Z. Knox will forever hold a special place in my heart. I love you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Z. Before Dean of Academics, Mrs. Pergola, conducts the presentation of the highest permanent school awards, I would like to present the Headmaster's Award for 2023. So choosing this year's recipient was a monumental task. It always is. It's one that keeps me up many nights. It's one that I kind of start thinking about, like even in October. And I read the description of the award over and over. And I realized that I could literally give this award to dozens of students who have demonstrated that they really deserve to receive it. So it was a very difficult choice. It's called the Clifford K. Erickson Headmaster's Award. It's a trophy that was given by the faculty to commemorate 29 years of service to the Knox School by former Knox headmaster Clifford K. Erickson. This award is selected by the head of school. It's given to the student whose contributions to the school have been outstanding, someone of stature whose presence has enriched the lives of everyone at the Knox School. I chose this person for a number of reasons after I made a few T-charts on paper and listed and all, which is something that I often do, listing the qualities and the contributions of at least a dozen different students. And while this person's time at Knox wasn't without, I guess I'll use the word controversy for now, at times, for lack of a better word, I continued to go back to this name when I read the description. A person of stature. And I wasn't viewing stature necessarily as a giant person, but a person of stature whose outstanding contributions and presence have enriched the lives of everyone at the Knox School. And I could list all of the things that the student has done, but the word and the idea that makes this person so deserving of the award is presence. That's the word that sort of nagged at me. This is a student who has impacted me personally in so many ways, one whom I have learned a ton from, and one whose presence I will sorely miss in years to come. I am happy to present the 2023 Clifford K. Erickson Headmaster's Award to Mr. Aaron Bogart.
The Carolyn Fell Award is presented in memory of Carolyn Fell, who served Knox for 26 years on the Board of Trustees. It is awarded to the senior who is ever faithful to Knox, who is dedicated to a cause, who is steadfast, hardworking, and who has a love of life and never gives up. The winner of the Carolyn Fell Award this year is Zainab Waheed. The Stewart Bowl. Doris Stewart from the class of 1935 presented this award to the school. It is given annually to the senior who most nearly exemplifies cheerful, unobtrusive, and unselfish service to others. The winner of the Stewart Bowl in 2023 is Maxim Vukcevic. The A. Brewster Lawrence Award is presented in honor of A. Brewster Lawrence, a longtime friend and benefactor of the Knox School. It is awarded to a member of the senior class who exemplifies the following qualities: gentleness, loyalty, citizenship, integrity, and scholarship. The winner of the A. Brewster Lawrence Award in 2023 is Bogart Zainab. The Semper Ad Lucem Plaque. This award is the highest honor given to a student. The Semper Ad Lucem Plaque is presented annually to that student who shows loyalty to the school, sound common sense, who is democratic, has high scholarship, and is a well-rounded student, dependable at all times. In 2023, the Semper Ad Lucem Award is given to Declan Morrell-Smith. Congratulations. At this time, Head of School Virginia Riccardi and Craig Novak, Chair of the Knox School Board of Trustees, will now present diplomas to the members of the class of 2023. Seniors, when your name is called, please come down to receive your diploma. Aaron Bogart. Aaron will be attending Goldsmiths University of London, continuing his rowing career. JD Lee Sen-Woo. JD will be attending Pennsylvania State University. Helen Chen. Helen will be attending Emerson College. Chen Kuying. Kuying will be attending University of Connecticut. Madison Coleman. Madison will be attending the University of Hartford. Faith Kurth. Faith will be attending SUNY New Paltz. Georgia Italia. Georgia will be attending University of Massachusetts Amherst. Keiichiro Keto. Kay will be attending American Collegiate at American University. Hunter Lacey. Hunter will be attending the University of Hartford. Giovanna Lagrega. Giovanna will be attending Montclair State University. Liao Yunnan. Yunnan will be attending Hong Kong University. Yuan Song. Yuan Song will be attending University of Pittsburgh. Lee Yuhan. Yuhan will be attending University of Washington. Ma Ruishan. Ruishan will be attending Pennsylvania State University. Declan Morrell-Smith. Declan will be attending Georgetown University. Nguyen Duy Tien. Tien will be attending Adelphi University. Rubina Mayardani. Rubina will be attending the University of Washington. Sasha Pace. Sasha will be attending Emerson College. Giovanni Pudni. Giovanni will be attending the University of Buffalo. Katrina Pudni. Katrina will be attending Delaware Valley University. Ane Reisinger. Ane will be attending Fashion Institute of Technology. Yu Byung-jung. Byung-jung will be attending the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Damian Stanisic. Damian will be attending Seton Hall University. Arwen Talbot. Arwen will be attending Long Island University. Ramosa Thompson. Ramosa will be attending St. Joseph's University. Tai Tanyen. Tanyen will be attending Berklee School of Music. Maxim Vukcevic. Maxim will be attending Hilbert College. Zainab Waheed. Zainab will be attending George Washington University. Jie Yutin. 2014 will be attending New York University. Ji-hyun Yu. Ji-hyun will be attending Oxford Brooks. Zhang Denshao. Denshao will be attending Michigan State University. Zhang Zhishi. Yushi will be attending University of California, Davis. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. Pergola, and thank you, Mr. Novak. At the conclusion of our ceremony, our graduates will process around into the water's edge, and when they've done that, we will leave the dais, and then our staff will follow, and we'll have our receiving line on the back lawn to wish our graduates well on the next phases of their journeys after Knox and say our last goodbyes. Seniors, would you please gather in the garden to sing your final farewell to the school? On graduation day, the tassel on your cap begins on the right side, which symbolizes your time as a high school student and shows that you're a candidate for graduation. But now that you have officially all become graduates, it's time to show the world your new graduation status. So please move your tassel from right to left. Family, students, and guests, I'm pleased to present the class of 2023.
be that way. She's going to open it a little bit.